My favorite cartoon as a kid was the Roadrunner show. Now, if you're not familiar with it, every episode was the same. The coyote, known as Wile Coyote, simply wanted to catch the Roadrunner and have it for dinner, literally. Trouble was the Roadrunner was too fast. So Wile had to come up with all of these complex contraptions to try to either trap the Roadrunner or blow him up. Every episode ended the same, and it was so funny. Number one, the Roadrunner would always fool the coyote and would never get caught. To make matters even worse, the contraption the coyote would make would blow up in his own face, and we would laugh. Well, Republicans, I believe, need to throw out the elephant from their logo and maybe replace it with Wile Coyote. Because they, actually this last election, all the Republicans I know walking around, their hair is blown back, their eyes are wide open, they got black soot on their face. You can tell they lost at something, and they just don't get it. All right, so I'm going to give you some advice. Can't help you for last week and the last election, but I can on the current issue of this fiscal cliff. I was surprised all through the campaign season with Obama, who had only one idea, one economic plan, and it was very simply tax the rich, nothing else. Every time he spoke, he talked about leveling the playing field, making it fair. Ultimately, tax the rich, tax the rich, tax the rich. I didn't think a guy could win on that one point. But not only did he win, but I believe the American people said soundly they want to tax the rich. Look at California. They passed that proposition to raise their own taxes. Raise the taxes on rich through the income tax, and then to raise the tax on the poor and everybody, including the rich, by raising the sales tax. They voted for that, and at the same time voted overwhelmingly for Obama. And they knew his one plan was to tax the rich. I heard Paul Ryan just today say, they're not going to raise rates no matter what. And I'm thinking, Wile Coyote is at work again. They're going to blow it again. And if they're successful in stopping this tax increase on the rich, everything will be blamed on them from here on. They can have another attack in Benghazi. Americans could be killed. And Democrats would just say, well, hey, we would have had security if they'd have just let us tax the rich. A bridge will go out with the next flood. Well, that bridge could have been infrastructure that would have been fixed if we had taxed the rich, on and on. So here's my advice to the Republicans. Wake up. The American people want the rich taxed. Obama, the Democrats who are in charge, want the rich taxed. And the thing about it is it won't really help anything. It's not going to solve the Medicare crisis. It's not going to secure Social Security for the future. It's not going to wipe out the deficit or even touch the debt. Just give it to them. And then they cannot hold that over you anymore. Today I think I read about a survey taken among the American people, and they were asked, if we fall off the fiscal cliff and go back into a recession, who are you going to blame? The majority said Republicans. Hello, Wile Coyote. So my advice again, tax the rich. Give it to them. I'm just curious what else Obama has as part of a plan, because it's the only thing I've heard. So rich people, hey, I love you. I appreciate all you've done, jobs you've created, incomes you've given people, even made a lot of people rich. I know that, but you know what? You're just going to have to take another tax increase. It's coming, and the Republicans should make the way for that to happen. And as the Roadrunner would say, beep, beep.